Okay, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name, do solemnly swear or affirm
I, Gary Rothrock, do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is Commissioner Hisaro, and I should mention for those people in the audience, we are joined tonight, we're glad to be joined tonight by Magisterial District Justice Marianne Ureta, who herself was sworn in this morning.
Yes.
So,
What's the one that I posted? Raise your right hand, please, and repeat after me. I state your name, do solemnly swear or affirm
I, Carl Israel, do faithfully swear and affirm
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and I will discharge the duties
of my office with fidelity.
of this office with fidelity.
Congratulations, Commissioner. Thank you.
Commissioner Lynch.
Come on, Gary. Come on.
Please raise your right hand. I state your name, do solemnly swear or affirm
I, Frank Lynch, do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge my duties of office
and that I will discharge my duties of office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations, Commissioner.
Thank you, Judge. With the judge's forbearance, these are my three grandchildren. Jack, Rachel, and Riley. My wife could not be here tonight. She had surgery today. She's doing great. But our grandson, other grandson, couldn't be here either. He went back to preschool today. Lives in Philly, and he has to get up really early tomorrow. So for Christmas, I got meet Flat Noah. You can come and pose for a picture. I just kind of get in, just kind of look closer. Thanks, Mike.
All right, everyone, right this way, here we go, looks good. We'll do that again, and one more. Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks, Noah.
Commissioner Finlow.
Please raise your right hand. I state your name, do solemnly swear or affirm
I, Fred Perron, do solemnly swear, affirm,
that I will support, obey, and defend
I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge my duties of my office
and I will discharge the duties of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations, Commissioner.
Thank you. I can take off the mask. So, by the way, this is my mother, Lolita. And those of you who have seen my Instagram, She cooks all the food I post. I just eat that. All right. Thank you.
Commissioner Fleming.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name, do solemnly swear or affirm
I, Justin Fleming, do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duty of my office
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Lastly, we have tax collector Christopher Nowak.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name, do solemnly swear or affirm
I, Christopher Nowak, do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duty of my office
and that I will discharge the duty of this office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Once again, thank you to Judge Rita for being part of this ceremony. It's incredibly important. And congratulations not only to the elected officials, but to their families. Nothing is more, nothing tests a relationship more than having someone run in an election. It's a lot of long nights, and it doesn't happen without the families of the elected officials to be here and to support them. We're going to call the meeting to order in about 5 minutes. We have a very short agenda, but if people want to take pictures or take pictures as a group, I think we can do that for 5 minutes, and then we'll call the meeting to order. I said I'll call this meeting the Susquehanna Township Board of Commissioners to order. My name is Michael Miller. I'm the solicitor temporarily. I am chair of the meeting until we elect a president. I see that all commissioners are here and present, so we will dispense with the roll call. We'll now say the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm going to ask everyone to stand. I'm going to ask Jack, Rachel, and Riley Lynch to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, just like they do in school. You thought that forced Pledge of Allegiance was over? It's not. All you have to say is, I pledge. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Observe a moment of silence, please. Thank you, everyone. This is the time on the agenda for any citizen comments. Is there anybody in the audience who would like to address the board? Seeing none, we will move to the election of officers and appointments. First, have the duty of opening nominations for the office of president. Everyone can nominate somebody if they wish. There only needs to be one nomination. There could be multiple nominations. There is no second necessary. We'll open the floor to nominations for president. Does anyone have such nominations?
Yes, Board of Commissioners and Manager Gratcher. I'd like to make a motion to appoint Frank Lynch to the board position of president.
Are there any other nominations? Any other nominations? Hearing no other nominations, I close the nominations for president. And since there is one candidate, Mr. Lynch is elected by acclamation to the position of president. Congratulations, Mr. Lynch.
Fun while it lasted, huh, Tom?
That's right.
I'd like to thank all my fellow commissioners for the confidence you again placed in me. And I really look forward to working together in solidarity and teamwork for the next 2 years, getting a lot done for the people of this township. Thank you. With that said, we now have, by the way, Mr. Miller, you did a great job in chairing the meeting, so we really appreciate that.
It was either law school or game show host. So, hopefully I made the right choice.
You made the right choice. And now it's time to consider a nominee for vice president. Do we need multiple nominees, or?
You can open the floor for nominees.
So I'd like to open the floor for nominees for the position of vice president of the board.
Mr. President,
Mr. Engel?
Board of Commissioners, I'd like to nominate Steve Napper for the position of Vice President of our Board of Commissioners.
Are there any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? By acclamation, the board has selected Mr. Steve Napper for another term as vice president.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
I look forward to working with you all.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is appointments. We have a couple of appointments to take care of. First up is secretary manager, and our incumbent is the great David Kratzer, who has ably served us for 6 years now. And the board would entertain a motion to reappoint Mr. Kratzer.
Mr. President?
Yes.
There you go. You got the jump ball, Fred.
I move to nominate Dave Kratzer as our Secretary Manager.
Been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Pine. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations, Mr. Kratzer, and thank you.
so much.
Thank you.
I would have added in perpetuity, but it's not allowed.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Make an ordinance to make it.
I'm sure the solicitor will advise against that.
Before we, I'd like to interrupt the schedule in deference to Judge Urrutia. First of all, I'd like to thank you for indulging us and coming and swearing us all in tonight. And you made history, as Solicitor Miller said today, by being sworn in. You're the first African-American female to serve in that role. And but as you and I discussed at the polls, it's not about race, gender, it's about your heart and what you bring to the table. And there's a lot of things that we look forward to working in partnership with you on to make this township a better place. So thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on, we have an assistant secretary, believe it or not. For years, this had been carried out by Commissioner Sanderson, and before him by Commissioner Bowman. In practice, it's been a fairly ceremonial function that in the event that Mr. Kratzer cannot sign a document, that the assistant secretary could sign it, but the person is also charged with taking rough minutes at the executive session meetings that we do have. So there's not a lot of heavy lifting. That having been said, there probably will be a lot of heavy lifting coming forward, so who knows. But the chair would entertain a motion for nomination for assistant secretary.
Mr. President,
Mr. Engel.
I would nominate Commissioner Tom Pine for Assistant Secretary to the Board of Commissioners.
Good. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Napper. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations, Tom. Thank you. Solicitor. Next appointment is for solicitor for the township proper. The current is Michael Miller, done an able job for us tonight, and we appreciate his services. Is there a motion to appoint a solicitor?
Okay, Mr. President,
Mr. Engel?
I nominate Michael M. Miller Esquire as our solicitor.
Is there a Phillies game on tonight?
Steelers.
That's right.
There is a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second?
Second by Commissioner Pine. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. I look forward to being of service. for another
Congratulations.
year.
Next up is Solicitor for our Planning Commission, also carried out very ably by Mike Miller, Beckert Siemens. Is there a motion?
Mr. President, I'll make that motion that Michael Miller be appointed Solicitor of the Planning Commission.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Engel. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations.
Thank you again.
Thank you. Next up is our engineer. And it's been held as long as I remember, and I'm the longest serving member of this board by Robert Grubik and his great engineering firm, HRG. Is there a motion?
Mr. President?
I'd like to nominate Robert Grubik as engineer.
Motion by Fred Flona,
Second.
seconded by Fred Engel. I think this is the first time we had two Freds on the board at one time. Is that right? We'll have to go to the archives.
It's a special kind of quorum.
The Fred caucus.
6 and 7, yeah.
All right, it's been moved to second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much for myself and all of the HRG team. We really have appreciated and enjoyed working with the township and look forward to many, many more years to come. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Mr. Grubik. Vacancy Board Chair. The current occupant of the vacancy board for the past 2 years has been Honey Ann Feeney, and she has expressed interest in serving another 2-year term, if the board is so inclined. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion for Ann Feeney to serve the vacancy board chair, please.
Second?
Moved and seconded by Commissioner Hisserow. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations, Ann. We haven't needed her in a long time, and that's a good thing. The official newspaper currently is the Patriot News. Is there a motion?
I move that the Patriot News remain as our official newspaper.
Moved by Commissioner Rothrock,
Second.
seconded by Commissioner Fleming. Any discussion? All's in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carries. At this point, I'd like to open the floor to commissioners for anything that they would, comments they would like to offer. But, you know, I would like to start, if I could, by welcoming to the board Carl Hisserow from the 3rd Ward and Fred Filona of the 6th Ward. Really look forward to your service. You know, you ran very good, very hard campaigns, effective campaigns, and I'm sure you'll bring those same energies to the service of the residents of Susquehanna Township. At the same time, I'd like to thank departing commissioners, Commissioner Johnson, Mona Johnson of the 3rd Ward, Sean Sanderson of the 6th Ward. You know, they both, in their own ways, very distinct ways, set a high bar for leadership and what it means to commit yourself to the community. And I'm sure that you two are going to do just as well, if not better, than either of those in your own way. So we appreciate that. And I'd also like to note that our new tax collector, Chris Nowak, is here. And I'm pleased to note that he has been working with our county treasurer, Janice Creason. Janice Creason has collected the township taxes for about 8 years, I believe. So, done a very good job. And, tax collector is a very tough job. As staff down at the county, I'm sure you know by now, you took the test, Chris. And we appreciate your getting on the ballot, getting elected, and appreciate your service, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. And finally, on a personal note, Lucy couldn't be here tonight, my wife. She had surgery today. She's doing well. In fact, I think my son just sent a picture of Gang to her, so that's good. But I'm going to go visit her right after we grab something to eat. She wishes she could be here, and she sends her regards to everybody. So, I think I'm done with yapping. So, any other commissioners would like to yap? I welcome you to do so.
Mr. President, I'd like to just beginning of my second term, so I've been at this 4 years, and I just would like to thank the entire Board of Commissioners for being so welcoming to me and helping me sort of learn the ropes here. I'm still in training, and I probably always will be, but, and particularly the staff at the township. Our manager, Dave Kratzer, has just been an amazing manager, always diplomatic, always very good at handling social situations and meetings. And so particularly Dave, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I
Thank
want
you,
to
Commissioner.
publicly say that.
Thank you.
And of course, our engineer is great. Our solicitor is,
Okay.
I think he might have been a better game show host.
A lot of people say that. Either one.
But thank you all. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thanks, Rocky.
Yeah, Mr. President,
Lona.
first off, I'd like to thank the entire Board of Commissioners and Dave and everyone else for the warm welcome that extended to me last year. Appreciate the onboarding session. It was long, but not enough, as always. I expect to be learning a lot more, just like what the Commissioner Gary said. I'll be in training mode for the next several years. If not,
No.
but I do look forward to knowing more about the township, because I don't know if you know, but I've been here in the township for the last 4 years, so I'm relatively new, but I do love it here, and I want to make sure that I can do everything I can in my power to make it, a better one, whatever I can contribute to this township.
Hit the ground running tomorrow.
Oh, in fact, I hit the ground running this morning.
Did you?
I just want to say too that thank you for appointing Dick Norford. We had a wonderful conversation this morning about all the projects or all the tests that you've given him. So I look forward to working with him.
Great. Yeah, he's a real asset for the township.
Mr. President, if I may?
Sure.
I want to thank and look forward to working with all of you in the future. And I just want to say to my Third Ward constituents that I plan to work very hard for all of you and to represent you the best as I can in my abilities. Thank you.
Mr. President,
Yes, Commissioner.
briefly,
Yes.
it's not something you hear from me very often.
No.
But, no, I, like my fellow commissioners, want to thank the residents of Ward 8 for continuing to have faith in me as their candidate and commissioner. This really has been the honor of my lifetime. This is the start of my third term. As Commissioner Rothrock alluded to, still learning. We are always learning, and I think this position attracts those who are intellectually curious, who have a desire as lifelong learners. And so, just want to encourage people to continue to reach out to me so I can, I think the main reason why I ran for this office is to just help people. And I think we all have a helping spirit, the staff included. And so it's been a pleasure working with all of you, and I'm glad I get to continue in doing that, and look forward to working with our new board members, Fred and Carl, as they learn along the way as well. But it's just so humbling to be up here. And again, I just appreciate the faith the residents have placed in me, and as we work on behalf of everybody to make this the best township it could possibly be. So, I know. As my kids are waving at me, I appreciate.
Wrap it up, Dad.
That was it. Thank you very much.
Now, and it should be noted that Justin's brought in more votes this year than I believe any township commissioner on record.
That can't be true. No, I don't think that's.
Except when there was one ward. Way back then. But no, congratulations on your victory, and 4 more years.
Yes.
It's an honor.
All right, it is an honor. Anybody else wish to address the board?
Move to adjourn?
Here we go.
Yes,
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Any comments or questions on that motion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're out of here.